Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa are back here again with you to talk about Welcome to Plathville,
Howdy, y'all.
Season 3, Episode 6. So,
7.
well, 6 is Episode 5 in Spanish, so it's Episode 6 to us, but maybe it's not that way to everybody, so it's 6/7.
The next episode. How's it?
Yeah. Okay, this is... Mike is on a date. It's COVID. There's not many places to go. She likes horses, so he takes her to the farm. And that shows him
They hit it off pretty good.
they did. He tells us that he is using a dating app.
I still think him and Helena, or Helena, whatever. Helena, I think they're better together.
Probably, but like she said, until he gets all that out of his system, there's no point in even trying to be in a relationship.
Because it doesn't look like she's dating anybody.
Well, maybe she is, and we don't know.
Yeah, maybe she is. They're just not showing it on the show.
Because, like, they're first friends, so. Being back at the farm, I think it made him nostalgic and a little bit sentimental for the old days when everybody was there and together.
What a date, though. You just give her a tour of the old house.
Right?
This is where I ate my...
The horse ride would have
breakfast.
done it for me. It's called him Manly, because he knew how to do the horses and everything. It is something about a guy, that can handle such a large animal.
No, I mean, he was raised doing that, so I mean, that's probably different than if I would be able to do it. I mean, he'd been doing it since he was a kid, so.
Right. Oh, then we go back to Olivia. Sad, pathetic Olivia.
Yep, pretty much.
And she says that Ethan does things just to make her happy. Oh my God, a husband tries to make his wife happy, you evil man. And leaving him gave him a chance to think and not ignore the issues anymore. She's taking some more space.
Space?
Yes, that's the word. And so she's in a waiting stage, and the ball is in Ethan's court. I don't even think Ethan knows what game she's playing. He don't know the rules.
She looked kind of happy when she was with Mariah. I mean, we'll get to that. But when she was away,
yeah,
she looked kind of happy.
Well, yeah, she's escaping and ignoring her problems. Oh, because everything that Olivia accuses everybody else of, she's guilty of.
Yep.
So it's just funny like that.
You're not blaming everybody else, just Ethan.
Right at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then they leave for their trip. Mariah and Olivia go to the beach to hang out with Helena because she lives down at the beach in Florida.
Okay, now if you went there,
yeah,
okay, and it was raining, would we leave, or would we? If we had an umbrella and everything, we would stay and just enjoy the beach, right? I mean, it wasn't raining hard at first.
It depends. Like I don't know the situation.
And there were people still there underneath like umbrellas. Maybe they couldn't because of the cameras.
Maybe.
But I mean, if we went, I'm sure we'd stay.
Yeah, I'm sure the whole point of the little overnight trip was that the producers were going to pay for it because they let them film it.
Yeah.
So if they didn't get their film bill, I guess.
Well, hopefully they
weren't going to pay for it.
Longer going to the beach again, but they didn't show that.
No, not so much. They don't do that.
No.
And then Olivia feels like she's becoming a loner.
We can call her O. That's fine.
Because of her circumstances.
Well, don't act like that, and you won't be a loner.
Well, she's like, because no one my age is married, or if they are,
Let's say that, yeah.
They're not going through the same things I am. So, like, no one gets her. She's all alone. Poor Olivia.
Everybody else works in their marriage, and it's not just them. Like, it's her.
I do kind of like that Olivia asked Mariah to keep an eye on Ethan, but I think that's more of so that she can keep tabs, so that she can be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Mariah, how's Ethan doing?" You know, that's my opinion because it didn't stop her from up and leaving.
Nope.
You know,
Nope. She's still went on that trip.
and she doesn't want to talk to him because she might say something she would later regret.
What can you say now
What more
that
can
you
you
haven't
do to
already
break
said?
his heart?
Exactly.
You know, it's like
I mean, she's already said everything that she can to break his heart. I mean, there's
pretty
nothing
much. I mean,
unless you're like, well, you're just like your dad. That's probably the only thing now, or mom, probably that would break his heart even more because of where he's at with his parents.
if she said he was like his mom, his head would probably just explode right then and there,
Yeah, he'd
and
probably
that would
just
be the end of Ethan.
yeah.
You know.
That would be
Um,
the only thing I think she could say right now that would make me feel any worse.
and then of course it's just the three ladies drinking by the heated pool in the evening and on a beautiful Floridian night, and they chat about all the various dudes, and I'm just like, what white people problems you people have? Really?
Yeah.
And then Micah's friend Marley, he comes over and surprises him with a gift of a video game
He
system.
seems to have an issue. Do you think it's just a camera, or does he actually have like a speech problem, or
I think,
it's
yeah,
probably the camera? He's probably nervous.
no, I think there was some, because I think there was something on his eye maybe too or
Hmm.
something. Um,
I just caught that. So
but yeah, his friend, he just gave it to him. It was an old one he didn't use anymore. And then he hooked it up and they were playing and it was so cute.
he thought it was interesting to how happy that Michael was. Actually, was he's playing a video game?
Yeah, the simple things
Yeah,
that everyone else just takes for granted.
yeah, because they didn't have the simple things when they were younger.
And I thought it was funny though when his friend was like, "You're supposed to get your Need for Speed out in the video game, and that way you don't lose your license." You know. So I thought that was funny. I like that they can kind of joke about
Yeah,
Micah's many mistakes,
but I mean, I guess the best time to lose your license would be during a pandemic.
right? Because there's
Yeah.
not really anywhere to go
No,
anyway.
yeah.
And I think it's also nice that Micah does miss the country life.
He's
Um,
he's he's not forgetting where his roots are.
Right. He's as much of a country boy as he ever was, but when he's away from the country and in cities and doing modeling work and things like that, he gets in that life and forgets about the country life.
He still nurses
But
it.
then when he goes home and, gets immersed in the country life, he kind of forgets about modeling and all that stuff, and he loses his motivation. So again, but the fact that he is so self-aware about that is amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these people are not unaware. They know what their issues are. They just have no idea how to do anything about them. But you know what? Neither does a very large percentage of the world.
And these are kids. Still kids.
And to you and me, yes, they're like our kids' age.
No, yeah. They're still kids. Especially mentally, a lot of them, because they weren't allowed to experience this stuff as a kid, like speeding.
What are you talking about?
I
Ethan
don't
brought out
do
all of his Frankenstein cars. They were racing them across the yard. That's good times, man.
you know what I mean?
I'm just joking.
Okay.
I personally think it's a giant piece of karma that when the girls got to the beach, it was raining, and it was like not able. I just a little bit of karma,
And they couldn't have any fun.
right? I just a little bit of karma followed.
Now, if
Somebody there. I'm not
if
gonna say names.
exactly, if they would have left Olivia home, it might not have rained.
It probably would have been sunshine and beautiful
At
skies.
90.
Yeah,
Yep.
no humidity.
Think about that next time, Mariah. Keep
Right.
Olivia home.
And then Mariah tells Helena about their gig in Tallahassee. And Helena asks if her parents are invited. And um whenever they say no,
Yeah.
whatever. And she asks if it's because of Olivia. And Mariah says no, but and then it kind of
It's
trails
about
off.
Olivia.
Because but then Olivia makes sure everyone knows that she and Mariah talked about the parents not being there before she knew joined the band. We had to make sure everybody knew that.
I wouldn't put her in the band.
Well, at the time, she didn't know anybody else that could play the keyboard.
I mean, what about all these other people that are in her band? Have we met any of them?
What? It's just her and Olivia and Micah.
Oh, Mike is okay. Who's gonna do like drums and stuff?
There are no drums. It's just
Oh, okay.
Olivia on keyboards, Micah on a guitar, and Mariah singing.
Oh, dang.
And I
There's gotta
guess
be more than just.
and I guess Olivia sings back up at some point. I'm not
There's gotta be
sure.
more than that. But
Mm. Well, this is just starting out.
you need some percussion.
I agree, but they can't have Isaac. So
Yeah, and Ethan.
so Kim ruined everything. Um, and then Helena asked them, "Why don't their parents like you?" And Olivia says, "Being the first kid to marry into the family, there was just so much stuff that was really messed up, and how I was treated, and a lot of things that happened, and I called it out, and it didn't go over well." That is her exact sentence. That's one
Yep.
sentence, okay? How big of a generic fucking response can you give? You know, stuff happened and shit was said, and
That's here we are.
right? And I love she was honest about one thing. I'm gonna give her props for this. She said a lot of that had to do with my presentation. Yes. She said she was a lot younger, that whole year or two.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That,
It's a lot younger.
my gosh, that 12 or 24 months.
Can't wait till they're our age.
And they had never had to, and she had never had to deal with people like that before, is what she said. And I'm like, but weren't your family the same way? Like,
You don't count them as people.
what do you mean you've never dealt with people like that before?
Kids never count their parents out as people.
And she said, in an effort to not be walked on, I maybe stood even firmer than I needed to, or was more brash than I needed to be. And the parents learned from me to treat the other kids, and their who other significant others
Yeah.
better. And I'm just like, so you're admitting you were a dick. You won't back down from the parents, even though you're admitting
You're a dick.
you were being a dick too. Okay. And now you're taking credit, which is partly due, yes, to them, but mostly due to the fact that Kim and Barry don't want to lose their kids, and they love their kids, and they're trying to do better.
See, this is where I think the reality show comes into play. Okay, they want to keep this storyline going because this basically the only thing interesting is this whole Ethan, Olivia, and the parents thing.
Well, only during COVID, because there was literally nothing else anybody could do. But like,
Well, they want to keep the drama going, is what I'm saying.
well, I mean, of course, that keeps people talking about it. Keeps people coming back.
Like us.
Yeah. Our podcast would be half as long if not for Olivia.
Yeah, it might only be like 10 minutes.
Right? It's crazy.
Well, 20 if you count the extra.
Olivia says that the unpredictability of not knowing how their parents will react or treat her is what scares her. And I'm like, so call them up beforehand and be like, hey, I want to I want to be able to like go out in places and not have to worry about seeing your fat ugly faces. So let's have it out once and for all, and then we never have to even acknowledge each other ever again. Boom,
Yep.
Problem solved. Instead of being a child and hiding and where's all the therapy when it comes to dealing with her shit with Kim and everything?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she doesn't think she needs therapy when it comes to the parents. See, the parents don't count for any of this.
Oh no, they're just the evil monsters, and
Yeah.
she's the princess and the little, girl. And
in all reality, all right, she
Yeah.
is the heel of the story.
right now it seems like, doesn't it?
Villain in the story, yes.
She said that seeing them triggers her, and and it makes her nauseous,
I like how people just throw that word anywhere, triggered.
right?
Okay, throw
I
it for
don't-
anything. This is not nothing to do
Triggered
with
means for like panic attacks, for
exactly.
severe emotional like stuff that like would make you not be able to be okay if it happened.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm letting
Oh, okay.
other
Yeah.
people know.
For,
So
for
that,
her
like-
to say that, all right, it's like with people with PTSD.
yes,
Okay, I don't think the parents, okay, give her PTSD. I mean, I just,
No.
and if it is, it's her fault. Because,
I don't. I said, you somebody would have to sit me down and be like, "This is how this girl got PTSD," and give me like a Venn diagram and graphs and charts because I don't see it.
it's like she doesn't get along with her in-laws. Be like, okay,
Right? A lot of people don't.
join real life.
Right?
Because that's what happens. Your dad and I didn't get along at first, but now we love each other. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And okay, so
Is it
after
awesome?
that, the girls head home.
Yeah.
They get to go to the beach, and I think it serves them right.
Mhm.
And then Ethan
They still had
doesn't-
fun, though.
At this point, Ethan has no idea where Olivia is or where she's staying. But he knows that she can't stay in Cairo.
Or that house, which is ridiculous.
It's not the house.
No, she said it was the house when she came to look at it.
Everything
stuff.
that happened before they went no contact, she wants to rub out of their lives. That's it.
It's like, must be nice, right?
And he says he's heartbroken and he knows he's partly responsible. Dude, no, you have done every single freaking thing this woman has asked of you. You've done like a lot of shit you never would have done.
Yeah.
You know, and not all of it for the good. And you still think you're responsible? I mean, I'm normally not on the dude side for a lot of things, so I think a lot of dudes are just dumb and rely on that as an excuse. But he has bent over backwards, you know, and he's gotten zero compromise in return. And he was saying that Olivia likes, quote, intense conversations where, and basically she just harps at him and 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 till he just shuts down and walks away, you know, and that's not okay either.
No.
He says this to avoid conflict. I think it's just because he gets so mad at some point that it's either blow up or walk away. And so he did the right thing and he walked away.
Remember that one time where they were like arguing and he's like, I'm going to go over to Micah's,
Yeah.
right? And I think it was to fix something, all right? And the way he was walking, it looked like he was pretty pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And he said, he straight up said, I don't know what to do if or when we get back together to keep it from happening again. Because he's like, at this point, I mean, who knows? It could happen again.
Yeah.
And so that, again, the trust is broken and she broke it.
Yeah.
And that,
her.
you know, but the vows that you make when you get married, he takes them very literally, very seriously, you know, and I don't think she cares that it was just her little freedom to her ticket to freedom.
I don't think she was very religious.
Oh gosh, no.
I mean, it's like, I mean, that's okay, whatever. But I mean, to take your vows seriously, you've got to be somewhat. When you have a wedding like that.
You'd think so.
But it was outside. It wasn't in a church. Okay, but it was a pastor did do it.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not sure if you call that a religious wedding or not, you know, but it was outside. There was no cross, no church.
Well, God made the world to its
Well, no, I know, but didn't they say that, you know, to have a church and to cross?
Something
what I
like
said,
that, yeah.
But it was a pastor that did it, officiated.
Yeah, and Ethan said that right now life is on hold and I don't know what's going on. And that's a really bad place to be. And I love that he turns it around and does the same thing to her. Whenever she goes by the house to get some stuff and there's a note on the front door that's just like, I need some space.
You think he knew she was coming? I'm sure he
Well,
knew.
like she said,
Yeah.
she didn't take much with her when she left that night, so he knew she had to come back and get some stuff. And then she starts crying because he left and didn't say where. And she's got no control over him, is what the issue is. She's like, I lost my little puppet.
She did this.
Anything to play with now.
She did the same thing to him. So yeah.
And so I got no sympathy for her.
What goes around comes around,
Good
Olivia.
for Ethan. Good for him.
Yep.
You know? Okay. That is the end of season 3, episode 6 or 7, whichever your provider calls it. We're going to do the extras. Olivia's story.
Extra.
Now. Her married name was Olivia Meggs. She has 9 siblings. Her dad's
Her maiden name? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I think I said maiden name.
Well, if not, you did now.
Okay. Her dad's in the IT business and a pastor on the weekends. He was when she was growing up.
Mhm.
Mom was a teacher before they got married and had kids. And then and at least the mom was a teacher.
Yep.
You
She
know?
had experience.
Yeah. So whenever they went to homeschooling, that makes sense
She
to
didn't learn it
me.
online or whatever.
And then eventually they joined an ultra conservative church, and that became the issue.
That seems like par for the course for everybody in that area.
Yeah,
You noticed that.
and it does happen more in rural areas because
And,
people, unfortunately, not to make a stereotype, are a little less educated.
and it seems like even Leah, all right, Micah's girlfriend, which we didn't touch on, okay, his date,
Yeah,
even she was brought up that way.
yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like, where do you find all these people? I've never seen anybody, not one person, brought up that way around where I grew up.
Well, again, but those you wouldn't know those people because they wouldn't associate with you because you're a bad influence because
Right.
you're from outside their circle. Um,
And I don't go to church very often either.
and they, I guess, bought a farm, and so from the 8 years old, she was milking cows, feeding the goats.
Seems like she had a normal life.
Yeah, like that's a normal farm kid
Yeah,
anytime,
yeah.
you know?
Not anything different.
But I think it's also good. Her mom had like a co-op for like teaching and lessons and things that the other kids had other influences as far as teaching and like if they had issues with one area, they had someone else they could go to for answers if, like mom was out of,
Yeah.
answers, things like that. And the fact that they got to learn from the vet that would come out to the farm to help with the animals and things. So it's like I don't think that sounds like a bad childhood.
No. No. She played outside, got along with her
But
siblings.
here comes the trauma of Olivia's childhood. She says it. She got no attention as a kid
Oh yeah, even her
because
dad.
there were so many kids.
That's right. Her dad even called her by her sister's names, which is normal.
I do that and
Normal.
yelling at one of the dogs and I go through everybody's names.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's called being a parent.
Yes.
And being distracted.
Especially when you have all those kids. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's the attention thing that
Yep.
she didn't get any attention. So she says she only wants a couple of kids so that she can give individual attention. But Ethan wants 4.
That's 2 couples.
That's what he said.
They better get
in
on it.
his story.
You're getting 22. They better get on it.
After she graduated, she got a construction job. It gave her confidence, but her family gave her a lot of flack for it not being a feminine thing. And I can see that in that ultra conservative world. Probably gonna be like, oh, you can't find a husband working construction. That's the best place to find a husband.
Where you
God knows how to build shit.
you don't find too many women in construction.
Right? So it's like
Then or now.
So her grandpa had cameras and stuff. After he passed away, she saved the money to get one for herself. And then she would do contracting work during the week and then weddings and photography things on the weekends. And that slowly switched to where she had more photography work and did less of the construction.
More customers.
Right. And that's great. I mean, building a business, working hard for it, I value that. That's great.
Yeah, she did good. Yeah.
But it's somewhere along the line she completely lost her damn mind. She said she did not like Ethan at first at all. They were only 16. He seemed very immature and childish, and he followed her around at the family's homeschooling camp thing. And he also came from the same culture that she was trying to get away from.
Hey, what happens at homeschooling camp stays a homeschooling camp.
If you
Remember
say
that.
so, I've never been to one.
Me neither, but
yeah.
I've heard things.
But she liked how he respected her. I think he was the first person to be like obsessed with her, and like really think, oh, she's special. So I guess she didn't feel a lot of that at home.
He didn't call her by her sister's name, so she was fine.
True, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
And Ethan was okay with her having a career in a business, and a lot of the guys in that.
Oh yeah, in that lifestyle.
They don't believe with that. They think that women should be wives and mothers.
Barefoot in the kitchen.
Her vow, she said, I vow to love, respect you, value your opinions as if they were my own. Do you, as a man, feel like Olivia values Ethan's opinions as if they're her own?
Nope. 100% no.
Exactly. So where I see
Unless it
Ethan,
pertains to her.
like in the last episode, we went over his story,
Mm-hmm.
and his vows were very sincere and sweet, and he has been doing his very best to live up to his vows. And I don't see her doing it at all.
Nope.
And she says that their restrictive upbringing required us to get married before we could really get to know each other. Here's the thing, you did know each other very, very well for the age you were.
Yep.
Okay, you were young and immature and dumb and didn't know crap.
No, they shouldn't have got married when they did.
But after writing letters to each other for 4 years, 2 of which could have phone calls and visits and things like that, like bullcrap, you didn't know each other. They probably knew each other better than anybody else in the world at that time.
Yeah.
You know? But the thing is, she decided to become a new person. And she did it consciously. You know?
Yeah.
And
She got her puppet. She's good to go.
she said they were both running from their childhood and all the ways that they had been controlled. We wanted out.
No. She noticed how she said we didn't hear anything from Ethan's side.
Right, but she's saying for both of them,
Mhm.
that's why they got married so young, is because they wanted out. They wanted freedom. They wanted to be able to do what they wanted.
He wanted out because she wanted out. Most
Exactly.
likely. Mhm.
He just wanted her. He just wanted to get married because was and is madly in love.
Oh yeah, he's still in love with her.
Olivia.
He's just confused by her.
And she says it was slower for him than for me, but we started in the same place as far as growing and changing and things.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, that's because he's happy where he's at. The only reason he's changed at all is for you, to make you happy. You know, he's still the same person he was when you married him, when you met him. You know,
he hasn't changed.
you're the one that's changed in
Yep.
this relationship.
I mean, he might have got, as far as changing wise, as far as he's more sad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's not as happy.
There's nothing
More
new,
melancholy?
nothing good in the new for
No,
him.
no.
And then Olivia said she wouldn't have married him, knowing
took
what
his
she
spot.
knows now.
Mm-hmm.
And
He won't.
I think that pretty much says it all. Am I right?
And he wouldn't marry her either.
Oh no, he said he would marry her all over again.
But if
She said she didn't think he would. Oh, did he say? Let's look at the notes. Maybe I did say that now that I'm thinking on it.
he said he told her that, I believe. We're looking for some facts here,
I
people.
am sorry.
Do 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 do.
Say something about something else while I'm doing this.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Oh my God.
Do 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 do. And time's up.
Okay, I don't.
It's in there somewhere.
I'm not saying it's not there, but the reason I'm maybe not thinking of it is because, he said meeting Olivia was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah.
At the end of his interview, so I don't know if that would mean that he would be okay not marrying her. I don't know.
Because here's the thing. This was an interview before all this happened.
Yeah.
I think recently he did say that if
Okay,
he
maybe.
knew,
Yeah.
if he knew, not recently, but where we're at now, as far as the show, he did say that, I believe, in a sit-down interview with the producer.
It's a lot. These guys are a lot. Everybody's got their trauma they're bringing with them, their own baggage from their childhoods, their own parents, you know, shit that happened to them in their life. And, you know, everybody does the best they can with what they've got. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody here has intentional evil intentions. I think a lot of it is just.
I don't think Olivia's evil. I think she's just selfish and
Yes.
all about herself.
Yes.
That doesn't mean she's evil.
Exactly. That's just.
Yeah.
might be one of those people that needs somebody that wants a narcissist. That's okay.
But,
There's lots of people out there like that are very.
no, she doesn't need a narcissist. She wants somebody that's.
She needs somebody that wants a narcissist.
Oh, okay, true. Yeah, true. Sorry.
Okay, y'all. I don't know about you, but these guys exhaust me. After a couple episodes, I'm just like, whoo.
Yeah.
I need a stiff drink. But I hope you guys enjoyed it and come back again and see us next time with Welcome to Plathville Season 3, Episode 8. Until then, you guys, please spay and neuter your pet.
Subscribe.
Use your turn signal.
Subscribe.
Wear your seatbelt.
Subscribe.
And please, please be kind.
Subscribe.
Bye, y'all.